Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to Omen Exitio Plague. And we're right where we left off last time. We're here in Boston. We just got captured by a cult. Again. Will it be for the last time? Guess we'll have to find out. It probably will be for the last time. But will it be, because we die or because we live? We'll have to find out. As if you were emerging from the deepest of seas, you fade back into reality and your eyelids feel the compulsion open. It is a lengthy and awkward process involving many painful shudders along the length of your body, especially in the places where you were struck. It takes a while to remember who you are and where you are. You can feel the effects of a fever. Your skin is burning, your head is spinning, your throat is swollen, and your hearing is impaired, as if muffled. Nonetheless, you can hear chanting in the distance. After a time, you regain your sense enough to look about and understand your surroundings. You are in a small cell hewn from the rock, lying, still fully dressed, on a coarse, thin mattress on a wooden plank attached to the wall. I was going to say, that doesn't look like a normal bed. We knew you were coming. The time of the comet is upon us. The time of Hastilic is upon us. It was not conceivable that you could be absent. Had to whip out the melons again. Oh, yeah, I had to edit it again, to get them in. But it's funny. I adjusted over here, the monitor, OBS, to have the image there, and then I looked over, and like, oh no, they're still there. Of course, they're still going to be there to me. Of course they are. I'm so slow sometimes. Oh man, I can be such an idiot at times. Anyway, we got the cultist lady again. When I saw cultist woman there, I was like, the boobs are about to be whipped back out. Or melons, as you can see, because that's really how it is in the game, obviously. You would attempt an answer, but your mouth is gone numb. Now the walls feel dry, as if coated with a thin layer of sand. You can only just make out the figure standing in the doorway. She is wearing only the grass skirt and the mask of the cult. Don't really know. I feel like maybe resting would try to be a good idea. Maybe. Given the overwhelming sense of feverish nausea pervading your whole body, you decide that it's probably a bad idea to try to stand up. You're struggling to keep a clear head. You need to sleep. Okay. I think I'm not going to move it yet. That is, let Hastilic rise up within you. Can you feel the fever? It is his breath growing inside you. Let it grow. Let it fill you. The ritual is coming to its zenith. You have felt this. You have felt his power more and more as you have journeyed towards this temple, wherein he is entombed. So Hastilic is supposedly an individual. Interesting. An entity. At last this chains will break. Finally our cult's efforts will come to fruition. Hastilic, Lord of Legions, will finally have domination over the world. And we shall rule with him. Woo. The woman begins chanting in a primitive, harsh, and incomprehensible language, a language you have never heard before, composed of guttural sounds akin to grunting or wild growls. There's only one word which can be recognized as being repeated: Hastilic. Your fever appears to be getting worse, or could it be something else? What is this strange feeling going on inside you? You're unable to reason and unable to think, yet despite the constantly harrowing chanting, your eyelids close and you fall asleep. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Oh, oops. There we go. A wave of swirling, unfamiliar colors hits your retinas. They seem to be at the limit, if not beyond, the range of colors of the ordinary world. Just looking at them gives you vertigo and makes you nauseated, yet you cannot look away because they are all around you. You're in a place in a physical location, but you are struggling to find even the vaguest points of reference. There is a regular geometry to your surroundings, but it is a reality with other rules that you cannot that you can only define as but alien in some way. All the shapes you can see are distorted and unfathomable. Even as you take a step, you are unable to determine in which direction you have moved. You had believed that you were moving upward, but when you hazard a second step, you find yourself on a downward incline. You are hit by a wave of panic. Jake. Hear your name being called from all directions at once, from the outside, but also seemingly on the inside. It is called only once and by a single voice, but it sounds to you as if it is shouted and whispered 10, 100, or even 1,000 times. Something moves closer to you. You cannot understand this aspect or even whether it is a man or a creature, nor can you make out exactly where it is. Is it in front of you or at your side? Well, at this point, I don't think that let's just let it approach. You stay as still as possible for a moment rather than closer. The strange shadow seems to be moving away from you. Its outline has shifted and it seems to transform with every step. It appears to be above you, then below, then at your side. It repeats your name. Jake. Open your eyes, Jake. Look at me. You reopen your eyes, not even realizing you had them closed. For a few moments, you are dazzled and nauseated by the brilliant colors and shapes, but your eyes adjust and finally you can see the figure that called your name approach. His features are humanoid, but his face has a soft, almost fluid texture. That's a lot of faces that he has there. And changes from one moment to the next. Although his skin is dark, its appearance shifts constantly from one face to another. Do you recognize me, Jake? Yep. Well, this is crap. What was his name again? I think it's Betsarai. Yeah. And finally, Betsarai, the interpreter. Now the servant in the library, now the librarian, now Abbess, the fisherman, and finally Betsarai, the interpreter. Of course, you recognize all the faces that you've seen from Zanzibar onwards. All have been unimportant people who have helped you in some small way or pushed in a certain direction. Wait, so is this saying that he was all them people? Or has he took the face of those people? Between one human face and the next, there are flashes of light. In these flashes, you can catch momentary glimpses of inhuman, savage creatures, undefinable horrors, which alternate with the human faces. Excuse me. Ooh. Felt rough. Felt like a little sudden bit of heartburn there. Ooh. Something like that anyway. Meeting my enemy is giving me indigestion. I actually think, I actually do think he's an informant. But I think it might be one and the same. Oh my word. Yes, I was your friend, your informant. I am Nayarla Dotel, messenger of the god Azathoth. Okay, that sounds Egyptian. Egyptian. As his voice is speaking these very words, his appearance mutates yet again, taking on features even more unspeakable. First becomes a creature whose head is one huge tentacle. He becomes an Egyptian pharaoh. Thanks to you and to the comet, Hasilik will be released tonight from his ancient prison in the abyss. If summoned with the correct ritual, the passage of the comet and the right celestial configuration will provide the energy necessary for the buried god to break free from his prison. Tonight, Hasilik will give free rein to his hunger, spreading lots of thousands of plagues and diseases that constitute his very being. Now, Yarla Telp's face and aspect changes continually. Innumerable men and monsters appear before you in turns, and his rattling voice penetrates your body like something with a definite physical form. You close your eyes. His servants shall be his slaves, but they will also hold the reins of the world for him. The future for the human race will be death and suffering. You, Jake, are in fact the key to releasing Hasilik yet. By the same token, you could also lock him up forever. Is this really happening, or are these merely delusions caused by the fever? Have you really become the turning point of a clash between alien beings, divine entities from a different plane of existence, fighting for control of the planet? Or are these mere feverish delusions, the fruit of paranoia and delirium caused by the disease and all the things you have been through? Oh crap, which one do I choose? Not sure. Let me remove that. I don't think the outline of it's showing up there, but just to be safe. Just to be safe. Man, what do I choose? I feel like accepted. Well, both of them I think would probably give pretty interesting endings. I'm gonna say accept. Crap, do I? This could be a trick. You know what? I think it's a trick. I don't know about caused by delirium, but I think it's a trick. So none of this is real. You're in my head. Feel the fever burning all over your body. Hallucinations, paranoia. You're a doctor. Furthermore, you can't rule out the possibility that you have been drugged by the cultists. You try to block out the nightmare by closing your eyes tightly. The voice continuing in your mind, rather than your ears, appears to confirm its somatic nature. You must take back control of your faculties. You are the doctor and soldier, Jake Huntington. Then opening your eyes, expecting to find reality returned with your composure, what you see shocks you. You can feel your bowels twisting. Ooh, ow. Ooh, as someone who has stomach troubles, that description is painful. Now Yarlathel has taken on yet another form. Your eyes are burning and watering, but you are unable to close your eyes anymore. Will not permit such an affront. This is reality, Jake. The problem is that you have so far only been privy to a trivial, infinitesimally small understanding of true reality. You're looking for purchase for anything that your mind can find to cling to, even if only to make some sort of sense of what you're looking at. There's nothing, however, which comes close to your experience of reality hitherto, neither in terms of form or color. You want to scream. You feel yourself paralyzed before this otherworldly spectacle. What happens if I keep rejecting it? See, what I'm thinking is I'm not rejecting that. I'm rejecting that this is, exactly what's happening. I think this is part of something done by the cult. Now they might be able to control the hallucination, maybe somehow. Control what I think, what I can see. Is it saying that he was all them people? Because we saw Batsarai get killed. Or I guess we could say we saw him look like he got killed or something. Okay, I accept. No! No. Why me? Although you have hundreds of questions, this is both the most urgent and the first which you are able to verbalize. You are a doctor. You understand the concept of a healthy carrier. You were infected with the original stain derived from Hastilic himself. Yet you are here, neither dead nor healed. Can you feel it there inside you, pervading your entire being? It has been there the whole time, and now that Hastilic is near, it has reawakened. A healthy carrier, entirely unaware of the fact, this whole time you yourself would have been the perfect subject for your research on the disease. Well, that must, of course, have been a different strain for the simple fact that you contracted the disease from a sick man and not via inoculation by a syringe of the occult. If you were not caught up in this absurd and distorted reality yourself, you would no doubt find the tragic irony of it somewhat amusing. Hastilic is the disease itself, yet its essence is never confined. His body is like a swarm. Every particle of the disease is part of him. He is the disease and all its imitations, but Hastilic is many other diseases too. He is, what did that doctor call it? A virus. Now, Relothelp constantly shifts in appearance and position. For some seconds, he is on your right, as when the black man you met in Delft. Then he is looking. Then he has 3 steps ahead of you, a stern-looking coach driver. Since you're already in communion with Hastilic, you are the perfect candidate for the climax of the riot taking place in a number of hours, in conjunction with the passing comet. As such, however, you are also the only element that could ruin it. His final words come from behind you, and so you turn your head. But when you do, there is nothing there. You do not even bother looking around, because you have realized that in this world, vision is no longer the primary sense. Now, Relothelp has gone, abandoning you to this strange and distorted reality. I think I say that name differently every single time. New character? Guess it does. Oh, that's right. Oh, we still got the revolver. Really? Interesting. Yeah, it still has it on our inventory. That is interesting. If you talk to Nyarlathotep, the dream world in which you find yourself starts to have some semblance of meaning. Although it is just as ill-defined as before, now at least you make an educated guess at what direction to take. Now you feel that you are able to make an actual decision instead of drifting aimlessly around these chambers. Walking is still rather difficult, and you are frequently hit by waves of disorientation and nausea. Nevertheless, you are confident that you are somehow advancing. With no points of reference, however, you have no way of knowing where or to what you are heading. Oh, those are unpleasant looking. You sense something almost more like a feeling than a sound. What's the name of the song, Something Like a Feeling? I can't remember. Like movements in sand. Horrible shadows materialize in front of you. At first, they look like ugly stains in the darkness, but then their outlines become more defined. They're horrific, long-limbed entities with claw and deformed eyeless heads. Very big heads. Big teeth. You instinctually run in the opposite direction to the shifting, creeping beasts. As they get closer, you can hear the piercing sound of their snarls. Your mind is still receiving distorted signals from your environment, yet your desperation to escape is helping you to focus. The beings are beginning to move in front of you with fast and wild bursts of movement. They seem to belong well in this place that is no place. You have to find a way out now before your escape becomes futile and your determination is no longer enough. As part of you would like to give up, it would be so easy now to let yourself be snatched and just give way to oblivion. Deeper inside you, though, you still have your fear and your anger. Jake Huntington is still there, struggling away on the inside. Suddenly you're confronted by another image. Oh, hey, Helen. This latest apparition has upon her face a smile that leaves you breathless and stops your heart. Helen raises a hand, inviting you to take it in yours. She is how she was before the disease, how she was when you first fell in love with her. Your sweet Helen is there before you, smiling and stretching her pale hand out to you. You feel as if she has appeared now to save you. I'm not sure what to choose. I mean, I feel like we're pretty well already messed up. We're imagining all sorts of things. So, I don't know. Was I imagining that? I think it was the neighbors moving something at 12:30 in the morning. I'm assuming it was. I'm sure it was. Yeah, let's reach for it. Helen, you're running. The excitement and the sensation of running takes over your body and your whole being. As in your previous realities, that of London, that of men, that of Jake Huntington, as if you had already escaped the nightmarish world surrounding you. When you reach for Helen's hand and hold it, feeling its heat, its fragrance, you succumb to a feeling of peace. Finally you experience once again the feeling of the world as it was before all this lunacy, before you knew anything of Zanzibar, of the disease, or of the cult. Oh, lovely. Suddenly pain shoots through your hand like thousands of needles puncturing your skin. Helen's smile widens, slowly to become decidedly unhuman. Her teeth begin to deform and multiply, and her smile grows even more, stretching her skin until it suddenly rips and falls back, covering her entire face. Tentacles thrust out of her body, lacerating her skin as they grow and flail. They come for you, trying to entwine themselves around your limbs. There's nothing left that is human about its form, let alone anything of your dear wife. At your back, you hear the hideous appendages scrabble around, searching for your body, holding you, penetrating your flesh. Well, it's been a while, but Helen, let's not be so rough. You scream like you've never screamed before. The skin around your mouth is stretched to the limit extreme by the ferocity of your scream. Your throat burns. You feel the pain and horror of any contact with these beings. Then darkness, nothingness opens around you, and you plunge headlong into it. Yeah, I don't think that was the right decision. You wake up with a start to find yourself sitting up back in your rock-walled cell. The cultist woman has gone. You still feel feverish and sore all over your body, but less so than before. You're panting heavily. You have just experienced the worst feverish nightmare. Yet it seemed all so real. Perhaps only certain parts of what happened to you happened in the dream world. It could be that your dream functioned as a kind of portal, but you feel quite sure that your encounter with Nyarlathotep and the other beings were actually real. At the entrance of the cell appears three cultists, two women and a man. One of the women and the man approach you and start pulling off your shirt. The other woman is carrying a sponge and a bowl filled with a clear pungent fluid. I don't think we could do anything. I mean, what type of resistance would we do? I mean, we have our gun, but I'm thinking that the time to do our thing will be at the ceremony or whatever we got, whatever they're going to try to do to us. I think that's what it is. So let's let them do it. Let them have their way with you, and then quickly remove your shirt. They do not undress you further. Okay, good. Good. I'm guessing the revolver's in our pants. Yeah. Still says that we have a revolver. Let them have their way with you, and they quickly remove your shirt. They do not undress. Yeah. She slathers it all over your face, your shoulders, your chest, and your arms. Whatever it is, the substance burns slightly, as if it contained alcohol. It is obvious that you're being prepared for their ritual. After they have stripped you of your shirt, you are left alone with the woman who has continued the ablution of your body. I will now walk out of here, and you will follow me calmly as can be, or shall I have to call you to be forcibly dragged away? While you are considering your options, the woman puts her hand up to her mask and raises it slightly. Okay, sorry, I read that. I saw the name. I was like, when you see her face by a dim light of the sail, you are thunderstruck. Aita? Great. Lovely. You remain firm and impassive for a few moments. You saw Aita die, and so seeing her now should be blowing your mind. Perhaps it would have before today or up until a few hours ago, but not now. Not after the unspeakable things you have just seen. You look at her without speaking. Do the boobs match up? You hooked up with her, you know. Do the boobs of this lady match up to Aita's boobs, you know? Looks like the same. It looked like the exact same lady that was in where were we? Delft, there in Holland. No. Actually, we were in London there. Yeah, we were in London. We thought we were in Holland while we were there with the cult before, but we were actually in London. It looks like the same one. They use the same picture, but you know manifold aspects of Nyarlathotep. You have started to look out for other hidden realities beyond your own. You knew me as Aita. Two others have been known as Yolanda. To yet others as Madame Yi. Now you know who I am. I am the Witch of Dreams, the servant of Azathoth. I am Yedra. Whoa. Sounds like you've been around a lot. So, would you say it was good? I mean, it sounds like you've been around for like many centuries. So, any good? That would be funny if that was what he asks. Because it'd be impressive, if she was like, I've been around for many centuries. I was satisfied. That would be really funny. The reality around you seems bent and warped. You find yourself in the distorted and disturbing dream world which you met. Now you're all at that. Only this time you're definitely awake. Okay, I don't have a problem with boobs. Don't have a problem with them. But they do seem to be popping up a lot here, where I'm having to pop the thing on there. Idra's appearance is no longer that of your shy Polynesian girl. She is now a resplendent goddess. Couldn't help but look on in awe. Nyarlathotep spoke to you about the god Hastalik sleeping in chains below his temple, and about the worshippers of his who want to awaken him and hand over the earth and all humanity to satisfy his appetite. The summoning of Hastalik would only ruin and sully this world, which belongs to Azathoth. You're paralyzed, stunned, despite all your recent experiences. You're still shocked by intrusions from the dream world. Or perhaps it is Ydra herself who shocks you so. You can somehow sense her vast hidden power. The time of Azathoth will come, and the earth must be delivered to him pure. Hasilik should not be unleashed, and his attempts to defile the earth must be punished. His chains must be tightened, and his prison made even smaller. His every possibility of escape must be taken away forever. You feel something as if a hand were lightly touching your skin in a loving caress. But there is no hand, and Ydra's fall open to her hips. Yet you are certain that it is she who is somehow touching you. I met you when I was incarnate. I was the one who made the fog, and, to bring you to the island. For some time, I have been watching different branches of the cult of Hasilik. I needed to meet you personally, without outside interference. So she was the one who kind of put the moves on me. So, I'm just saying. Face carries a strange smile somewhere between malevolent and pleased. Without knowing how, as if she had whispered in your ear, you become aware that by interference she means Nyarlathotep. When we lay together, I got to know all about you, of your existence and of the presence of Hasilik inside you. I needed to know it and to create a connection with your soul. Now I know the extent of your contamination. You cannot beat them in the flesh, but there is a way. Oh crap! So we're a carrier of that. Is Lorraine dead? Is it? Can it be passed sexually? Or since we were like kissing and stuff, not just sexually, but like, may have killed Lorraine. Oops. Now there are two hands on your body. You can feel them tracing the skin of your face. It is here, in this place, that my power is at its zenith. It is here now that we will sabotage the cult's ritual and destroy both Hasilik and the cult once and for all. It is here and now that we must join forces and fight together. You're struck by a sudden awareness. She will not make you do it. She will not force you. Whatever her motives, her purpose, and her power, it is you who must decide. Okay, why not? Helen, Aita, you close your eyes, focus clearly on these two women, and then you know at once that in this realm there is no need to vocalize your answers. The contact with Ydra's hands becomes more intense, and suddenly your senses explode, and you are flooded with lofty feelings of attraction. They go far beyond mere physical desire. You're drawn closer, and then both swept away, your spirits transmitted elsewhere. You feel the weight of the moon and stars looming over, but you daren't open your eyes, partly in fear that you would somehow get lost in the surrounding madness. Your contact and union with Ydra is physical, yes, but it is also something else beyond the power of the normal senses of feel or of language to describe, which is convenient since this is a not a book, but it's written, So it's very convenient that you can't describe it in words. When you're coming to the peak, time itself begins to implode and expand indefinitely with you. Then suddenly the reality comes back to life like a sledgehammer, and you're back in the cell. If any of this was a dream, this definitely isn't. You can smell the damp air and feel the texture of the ground below your feet. She adjusts her mask, and suddenly she is no longer Ydra. The woman who replaces her starts collecting up the bowl and sponge as if nothing had happened, as if this person had noticed nothing at all. Ydra had been wearing her body as a vessel. Two large cultist men enter the cell, grab you by the arms, and carry you off. Let me get rid of the melons. Okay, and that's going to be the end of the end of the episode. I think the next one's going to be the end. I think so. I'm just going to keep playing until I beat it for the next episode. I figure it'll be within 30 to 40 minutes. 30 minutes to an hour, I mean. So, yeah. Yeah, we're about there. What's our... 162 experience. Nice. We are definitely equipped now to handle anything we have to handle. So anyway, that is going to be the end for this episode. I do sincerely hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully that's not too weird the way I edit this. That's the way I feel most comfortable editing. On the fly. But anyway, that is it. Let me know what you think, and yeah, see you next episode. Probably the end.